In question number 1, we can take x to the power 5 common from the numerator. So I will get a x to the power 5 common from there, and it will come as x. So I will get x to the power minus 4 minus 1 whole to the power 1 by 5, and in the denominator I will get x power 5 after taking x power 5 common from the numerator inside the bracket. So this I have got. Now here you can very well understand that if I put x to the power minus 4 minus 1 equal to t to the power 5, then I will get minus 4 into x to the power minus 5, which is nothing but minus 4 by x to the power 5 dx equal to 5 t to the power 4 dt. So which gives us dx by x to the power 5 is nothing but minus 5 by 4 t to the power 4 dt. So by this substitution, we can now write it as integration. So that x power minus 4 that is t now, and dx by x power 5 is minus 5 by 4 t to the power 4 dt. So basically I am getting minus 5 by 4 outside, integration of t to the power 5 dt, which is nothing but minus 5 by 4 and 6, or 24, to t to the power 6 plus c, where our t is x minus, so I'll replace t here. So minus 5 by 24, t is 1 by x power 4 minus 1 whole to the power 1 by 5. That's our t. But I have to take to the power 6, so it will be 6 by 5. So this is equal to this plus c. This can be further simplified, but if I look at the options, I think one of the option is matching with this. Option C is matching with this. So this is the correct option here. In question number 2, we have to integrate root 1 by root under x square plus 4 with respect to x square plus 3. So you can just use some substitution here, or you can simply say that this is nothing but 1 by root under x square plus 4 d of x square plus 4, because d of x square plus 3 and d of x square plus 4 are same. So it is like dt by 1 by root t, and direct integration formula will give us, this is 2 root under x square plus 4 plus c. So that is very easy question. Let's go to question number 3. In this question there are two parts. First you have to find the limit. So while finding the limit, since n tends to infinity, I can take x to the power minus n as 1 by x to the power n. This will give x to the power 2n minus 1 by x to the power 2n plus 1, and limit n tends to infinity. Here it is given that x is a fraction. X is a fraction, so that to the power 2n when n tends to infinity becomes 0. So this gives minus 1. So that part is done. Now we have to do the integration part. So in integration, now it will become minus integration of sine inverse x dx, because our phi x is minus 1. So this is can be done easily by using integration by parts. So minus of, I can do it integration by parts directly, or I can substitute x equal to sine theta. If I do it like this, it will be minus of sine inverse x into x, sine inverse x into x, and then it will become plus integration 1 by root under 1 minus x square into x dx. So I have taken sine inverse x as first function and 1 as second function. So this is minus x sine inverse x, and then plus that 1 can be written as half, or can be written as 1 by 2 2x by root under 1 minus x square dx. Okay. So this can be solved by substitution, or you can even do it directly. Let's take some substitution here. Let's take 1 minus x square equal to t square. So that minus 2x dx becomes 2t dt. So therefore this whole thing now becomes minus x sine inverse x, and then I can take minus sign here, so that will give us minus 2x dx, which is 2t dt. Denominator is now t integration. So everything is cancelled. I am getting minus x sine inverse x minus integration of 1, which is t, plus c, and in place of t now I can put in place of t, now I can put root under 1 minus x square plus c. So that should be our correct answer, and which is given in option B. So that is the correct one. Let us go to question number 4 now. In this question, I can first put x square equal to t, and after that substitution it will be 1 by 2 integration f t g double dash t minus f double dash t g t whole dt. So this is our integration in terms of t after substitution of x square equal to t. I have taken x square equal to t. Right. Now we are going to use integration by parts for this part. First, if I use integration by parts for that, I will get, okay, I am not writing half here, keeping half outside. If I use integration by parts, I will get ft into g dash t minus integration f dash t g dash t dt. Okay, and for the other one, so this one, if I use integration by parts, it will be gt into f dash t, it will be gt into f dash t, and then that will be with minus sign, and then there will be plus integration g dash t into f dash t dt. Right, so these are the two things, and when it is added, we will get this as cancelled. This term is cancelled, and then finally we will get it as half into ft g dash t minus ft g dash t minus gt f dash t, and we can now put our t as x square. So I think that is our option C is the correct one. Let's go to question number 5 now. In this question, we have to find the antiderivative of this, which is integration of this with respect to x. So before that, we have to simplify this trigonometric expression. It can be done in many ways. Here I am trying to do it in this way. I am going to multiply the numerator. I am going to multiply the numerator by cos of 3x by 2, and the denominator also by cos of 3x by 2, so that it will become in the numerator it is cos 5x into cos 3x by 2. So if I apply this formula, and there will be a half, because I want to apply 2 cos a cos b formula. 2 cos a cos b gives us cos a plus b plus cos a minus b. So when I take that, I will get cos a plus b, which is 13x by 2, plus cos a minus b, which is cos 7x by 2. And the next part will also become similarly cos 11x by 2 plus cos 5x by 2. So this is the numerator, and the denominator is, if I directly multiply with that, it will be cos of 3x by 2 minus 2 cos of 3x into cos of 3x by 2. Okay, with integration. I am not writing integration now. I will simplify this first. So now I have a half. And in the numerator I have 4 terms with plus sign. I am going to take these two together and these two together. I am going to pair them and then apply cos c plus cos d. The cos c plus cos d formula is 2 cos c plus d by 2, that is 13x by 2 plus 5x by 2, that's 9x by 2, into 2 cos c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. This will be it. And then the other term is again cos c plus cos d, that will give us 2 cos c plus d by 2, that's 7 plus 11, 18 by 2, 9x by 2, 9x by 2 into cos x. So this is our expression now, and the denominator is cos 3x by 2 minus, here 2 cos a cos b is cos a plus b, which is 9x by 2, plus that becomes minus cos a minus b, which is 3x by 2. So this 2 is getting cancelled, and also from the numerator 2 is cancelled and cos 9x by 2 common. So finally I am getting this as minus cos 2x minus cos x. This is our simplification of the integrand. Now if I take integration of minus cos 2x minus cos x with respect to x, I will be getting Which one? Minus sine 2x by 2 minus sine x. That one we will get. So option C is correct here.